this tells me that they must really have a coach that they really want, and it may just be Dion. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised because we all know that Dion lives in the Texas area. He's always there on his bye week. You know, any chance that he gets, he's back there on his late fishing and things like that. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him take that job just to be, closer back home. I know that he took on a great challenge, at Colorado, but who knows if it is his dream to be an NFL head coach, and if it is, this may be the perfect opportunity for him to get his feet wet.
Yeah, money, ain't that funny? I got haters, yeah, they watching, but I know they love me. Money, ain't that funny? I got haters, yeah, they watching, but I know they love me. Riding around the city, plastic cup of C-Rock, bigger and I'm blacker, I am on that Chris Rock.
Ladies and gents, welcome back. Once again, yours truly, all things covered. Patrick Peterson, Bryant McFadden. We right back at you guys. I'm excited. Pat P's fired up as well. There's a lot to talk about. The playoffs, NFL playoffs, they're here. We will recap wild card weekend. We'll go over our picks, other NFL headlines. There is some new head coaching opportunities, Pat P.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that. And, of course, we will get into this divisional playoff round as well. Another entertaining week of NFL coming right back at you. And we're here to talk about it. Stay tuned. Pat P, how did you enjoy this weekend of football? Because we had football starting off on Thursday with the college football playoffs. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 5 straight days of meaningful football. How was the weekend for you, my friend?
And the weekend was phenomenal, man. Although the scores wasn't what we thought, in some of those games. But for the most part, having the opportunity to see football almost 5 days a week was phenomenal. I was in football heaven, so I wasn't complaining at all. It was a heck of a game by Notre Dame. They came back in the second half and really, really put the pedal to the metal, and really, exhorted themselves as a national opponent who's going to be facing off Ohio State. The Pittsburgh game was a shocker. I did not see that going that way. I knew Baltimore would probably win that game just on how stagnant Pittsburgh offense was. But I did not expect their defense also to give up 300 rushing yards. You know what I'm saying? So that was a shocker. The Chargers, it seemed like Justin Herbert can yet to seem to get over that hump as far as a playoff win and a real solid, playoff win to get up under his belt. So that was a real shocker, knowing that he had Jim Harbaugh there. It just seemed like they wasn't prepared to fight, in my opinion. Just it seemed like from the first play, Houston took it to them. So I know we got a lot to talk about, but to see football almost 5 days straight was unbelievable. But I had to point those games out because Notre Dame, shout out to them, and a huge disappointment in the way Pittsburgh and the LA Chargers performed in the playoffs.
Yeah. And we definitely going to hit on the NFL games, but going back to that Penn State game, Penn State, I don't know how Penn State fans should feel, right? Because this was the year where the usual still took place. You lost to Ohio State. Mm-hmm. Usually you lose to Michigan as well, but you didn't play Michigan. But you lost to Ohio State. You lost in the Big Ten championship game, but you still got into the playoffs. Yep. You played 2 opponents that you were more talented than in SMU, Boise. And even in this matchup this past week against Notre Dame, it's safe to say Penn State, they were the more talented team. Mm-hmm. They were the more talented team. But 2 things happened.
That quarterback
did not show up. Drew Allen did not show up. And the execution wasn't there. The defense was there. Abdul Carter playing with a bum shoulder. Yeah, defense was balling.
And what's crazy too, not to cut you off, that they both was like ranked right behind each other in total defenses. So we knew both defenses were going to come to play.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Drew Allen just decided to lay an egg in the worst moment. Mm-hmm. The worst moment. And I've never, Pat, you watch a lot of college ball. I watch a lot of college ball as well. I've never seen a quarterback not complete one pass to a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I thought they was joking. I said they just completed a pass of 16, man. He got to be a receiver. Tight end.
Yeah, tight end. Right. This man threw the 3 tight ends and 2 running backs. And he was supposed to be a potential first-round prospect, and he made the announcement that he's returning. No question he got to return.
No question.
You You can't go to that league. Go to the league with that performance. You can't go to the UFL.
And especially with his last throw, if he was to leave, to be an interception in that moment.
No. And the thing is, he played pretty good football leading up to that point.
Not in this game, he ain't playing no good.
Not in that game. No. Drew Allen, boy, I don't know. And my thing is this: as a play caller, how you go through a 4-quarter game not getting a wide receiver a catch? Like you can draw up a play, and how do you expect to win not getting a wide receiver a catch?
Yeah, that was bizarre.
Yeah, but I'll say this for a lot of Penn State fans watching. I know you guys are probably still sick to some degree, but if you would have beat Notre Dame, you guys were going to lose to Ohio State.
How you just gonna shoot all their confidence down? I mean, they ain't going there.
Man, James Franklin ain't beating Ohio State.
I mean, but still, man, anything can happen, man.
No, not with James. Not with Penn State led by James Franklin going against Ohio State and Michigan. No. And another thing, I saw a stat. James Franklin is in his career.
That too, man.
1-18 versus top 5.
Yeah,
opponents.
I saw that as well. That's not a good stat.
Ooh, you know how with some coaches and some players they have big as an adjective that in front of their name, like Big Game James, Little Game James.
Yeah,
because in big games he ain't showing up. So yeah, but Pat, now they would lose to Ohio State. So at least they felt misery and pain early instead of waiting and getting to Atlanta and losing the championship game, and then they really deflated the fan base.
Do you give Notre Dame a chance to win this game? Because Penn State had an opportunity to win this game, or they was in this ball game. So do you give Notre Dame an opportunity to beat Ohio State?
I give them a chance because anything can happen, but I don't expect to see it happen. I ain't no. And if you like Penn State, you can bet.
You don't mess with them kids, man.
Oh, I just. And the reason why I don't give the reason why I believe Ohio State is going to win, because when you look at, when you look at trying to predict what you might see, the first thing I always say is, if both teams were to play their best game, who wins? Right? Yeah. If both teams play their best game, who wins? I think we all would say Ohio State. But you're never going to play your best game. There is going to be some mishaps, miscues, right? But then you look at the talent, and I'm not talking about just talent. I'm talking about NFL talent. Yeah. Who has more NFL prospects? Ohio State. Yeah. Now, the coaching advantage, I would take Marcus Freeman individually in the head-to-head matchup over Ryan Day. But Ryan Day has NFL coaching experience on his staff, which is very, very important. You know what I mean? When you look at Chip Kelly and the DC, they have NFL ties. So that's a plus. But they got too many NFL prospects, Pat Pete. Yeah. Like you got 2 running backs who are straight dogs.
Yeah.
Trevion Henderson, actually, I think he's a better running back than Quinshon Judkins, but of course he's the backup. You look at 3 wide receivers who are straight NFL prospects.
Yeah.
Even though they're dealing with injuries on the offensive line, they got NFL prospects on the D-line. O-line. You look at the defense.
Loaded.
JT, Captain Jack Sawyer. Oh, man. Now, for Notre Dame, they've gotten to this point kind of being the underdogs. No one really believing that they can get it done. So they got a fighting chance, but I'm taking Ohio State in that matchup.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be surprised, though, honestly, if Notre Dame win. I wouldn't be surprised.
And shouts out to, remember Jeremiah Smith? We had him on the show during the summertime. He
gave us his prediction. Said this is where they was going to be.
He said it.
He said it.
He did. So shouts out to Jeremiah Smith and his Buckeye fans. But we're going to transition to the NFL. That's what we're going to do. One thing I know about playoff football, and you know as well, playoff football is a new season. You got to kind of forget a little bit about what you saw in the regular season, because this is a whole new year in terms of teams and what they do and how they execute. And we got a great view of that this past weekend. So in our picks we did last week, I don't know how many people put together any parlays, but we do parlays all the time. I didn't have good luck. Me and Pat P both took the Chargers lane 3. Me and Pat P both took Pittsburgh getting 9.5. Me and Pat P both took Denver getting 9. Green Bay and Philly, we both took Green Bay getting 5.5. We had different views with Washington and Tampa. Pat took Washington. I took Tampa. Washington won that game. We both took the Rams. So, Pat, I guess we're even now because I had yet to receive my water. So I guess we even.
Hey, and I know why you haven't received it because my wife took it out of the cart. So I thought I pressed sent, and she put it in.
Well, no, it's good.
Yeah.
That's fine. I ain't got to give you no water now.
No. I want my Sprite. So I'm sending you your water. I want. Yes, I want.
Wait a minute. Oh, no. That don't even make sense.
Yes, it do make sense.
Why you going to make me?
I want you to go get the order. I want you to go on the website, order me some Sprite because they ain't got none right now. Order me some Sprite and send it to the house. What?
Sense,
huh?
Why don't you get your own Sprite?
No. I'm sending you your water right now. I'm gonna do it myself right now.
That don't even make sense. I don't understand that.
I want my Sprite. It looks so good when it say from Bryant McFadden. Like I just like to look at it.
That's what I'm saying. When you said you won this week, I'm like, well, shoot, I ain't got to worry about seeing nothing.
You got to worry about it. Yeah, you got to go on Amazon. They on Amazon. I'm going to send you your water right now. Smart water. I already got.
It was a rough weekend.
Yeah, it was.
So Pat, there's a lot we're gonna. Why you go ahead and get your order together? what? Of course, the two bigger surprises. The biggest surprises for me was seeing what happened with the Chargers.
Yep.
How they laid down. They messed up a lot of folks' parlays.
They did.
Right? They got like now, and the thing is manhandle. And the thing is, Houston offensively, they gave the Chargers two great possessions to jump out. They couldn't score. So my question for you is this: do you think folks, football fans, they have anointed Justin Herbert prematurely?
Yes. You ain't even got to finish.
Tell me why.
Because he haven't done anything.
He threw 4 picks, right?
Yeah, he haven't done anything. They put the blame on the coach. I get it because of game management, this, that, and the other.
They fired him, got him up out of there.
But if you still go back and look at it, yeah, he gave us good numbers, but his touchdown and interception ratio wasn't outstanding. Like he has all the attributes. He have a big arm. He can move around in the pocket. But he's not winning. He's not winning, and he's turning the ball over. And when people are talking about Justin Herbert, like I said, we had this discussion in a group chat saying, which quarterback do you fear more? Not who is the better quarterback. Which quarterback do you fear more as a defender? And it was between Justin Herbert and
CJ Stroud?
Jalen Hurts. I said for me, in the situation that they are in right now, I said for me, I fear Jalen Hurts more because he's a decent enough passer to where he can complete the ball if he really want to, if they really let him go out there and throw the ball. And he's dynamic with his legs. As a DB, we have a shot clock in our head to where we're planning on guarding receivers for 4 seconds max. Anything outside of that, man, I'm not trying to run behind the receiver, don't know where the hell they're going. Now all of your game plan and all of your film work is out of the window because now the whole field is wide open for the receiver. I'd rather play against a quarterback who I know is going to get the ball out on time. If I do my due diligence as a student of the game and understanding what they like to do and how they want to attack me, I'm going to pick them off. It's hard to pick off quarterbacks who are mobile, who's able to move in the pocket and still deliver a decent ball. Not saying Justin Herbert cannot do that, but to me, he just turned the ball over too much, and I just feel like they put him on a pedestal way too early, especially when he haven't done anything. But he do have all the attributes to be a phenomenal quarterback. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he's not. But what I am saying is that they put him on a pedestal way too early when he haven't done anything.
Yeah. I agree with you. When you talk about Justin Herbert, most people are quick to have him right there on the cusp of the Josh Allens of the world.
No, he's not there.
Joe Burrow,
no.
Lamar Jackson, those quarterbacks. And he's not there. To your point, those guys have shown the ability to win, and those guys have shown the ability to elevate the people around them. And for the fans that sit here and say, well, look at the people he's throwing the football to. I do agree. They need to improve in that element. But one thing I know about good quarterbacks,
but what happened when they had Mike Williams look better
than what they actually are, right?
Keenan Allen.
And Keenan Allen. I understand that. I'm just talking about this year because they had that. Those are things that folks have said to kind of, back Herbert. But then my argument would be this. Well, outside of Terry McLaurin, who is Jaden Daniels throwing the ball to?
Right. Well, they'll probably say Zach Ertz.
But remember, Zach Ertz, most people felt like he was on his last leg anyway. That's why he's kind of bounced around since leaving Philly.
Yep.
But with Jaden Daniels, he's looking like the Zach Ertz that we saw in the Eagles uniform. He looks revitalized.
Who Lamar?
Good quarterback.
Who is Lamar?
Pass catch look better. What'd you say?
I said, who Lamar throwing the ball to with 4,200 yards?
I mean, they're going to say he got Rashad Bateman and Zay Flowers, 2 first-rounders. But up until this point, those guys haven't really been balling like that. Zay Flowers give you that spark here and there. But when you look at consistent pass catchers, we always felt like that was an area for Baltimore to improve on as well. But the quarterback makes wide receivers either look better than what they actually are or actually keeps them status quo to who they are.
That is my point.
That's what we know about good quarterbacks. And to your point, it wasn't like C.J. Stroud just balled. No, he just made less mistakes than Justin Herbert, who is an experienced veteran quarterback who's been around the block for quite some time. And if he protects the football better, they probably win that ball game. So for folks that are just quick to put him in that same neighborhood as those quarterbacks that I've mentioned, he ain't there yet. And that's okay.
Yeah,
he can be in that neighborhood with the Baker Mayfields of the world. He can be in that neighborhood. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Man, he in the same neighborhood as Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, dang.
Trevor Lawrence that bad to you?
Trevor Lawrence is bad this year, Pat.
I'm just saying in totality. Like, Trevor Lawrence haven't done anything in this league. What Trevor Lawrence
had a rough.
I'm not just talking about
so
this year.
I'll do you this one. I'll do you this one right here. I got one for you. Based on what you've seen, your overall eye test, from what you've seen, rank these 3 quarterbacks, barring everyone that's healthy: Tua Tagovailoa, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert.
Oh, I go Justin Herbert, Tua, and then Trevor.
I might go Tua first. If I ain't got to worry about Tua going to sleep.
I hate to laugh at that, man. It's just funny how you say the man go to sleep, man.
No, but that's why I say born good health.
Right, but the man ain't going to sleep, man.
If I ain't got to worry about Tua going to sleep, which is a legit concern. If I know he's gonna be upright and he awake, he here, I might take Tua first, honestly. And that's the issue right there. If you're telling me Justin Herbert is he's one of those great ones, it shouldn't even be a debate. It shouldn't even be a thought.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
why would you take Tua one? I'm just curious about that one.
Man, Tua can do numbers, man. We've said remember Tua was in the MVP conversation last year before he went injured. Justin Herbert ain't been in no MVP conversation at all.
Yeah, no, you're right. I just wanted to hear your point of view. Why would you take Tua first?
I'm not saying that's a definite. I'm just saying I kind of like.
Yeah, you can,
because the last thing I remember, Justin Herbert throwing 4 interceptions.
Yeah. But you said healthy and the attribute. I like Justin Herbert attributes better than Tua.
Oh, he passed the eye test, Pat.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. If it was no injuries,
but we talking about what you see on the field balling. Like, forget the eye test.
Yeah. When
it's time to go get it, for some reason, to your point, he don't win.
Neither one of them can get it though.
No, but you got to pick one.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we're going to move on. Speaking of some other issues where folks ain't getting it, what's going on with the Steelers?
Man.
We sit here, hey, Pat, and I'm going to tell you this much. I said this leading up to the game. I did some radio interviews and stuff like that talking about the game. I said 2 things were going to happen. Either the Steelers were going to win or get blown out. It wasn't going to be no in-between. And dang it, I was right, unfortunately.
Yeah, you was going to be right.
They were getting 9.5. They lost by 14.
Yeah.
It could have been uglier.
It really could have.
What? And you were part of the team a year ago. I played with them a long time ago. What the problem is? From what you watched, what's the problem?
Man, it just seemed like in my opinion, just watching the game from afar, obviously I know Coach Tomlin always talking about controlling the line of scrimmage. We know what Lamar's going to do. We know the formations that they're going to be in when they run the three options and things like that. And it just looked like they never seen it before, especially in the first quarter. I was like, God dang, like how we don't have a responsibility for Lamar, especially when 9 times out of 10, when Derrick Henry and him are in the shotgun, especially when he's on the side of him, regardless of which side it is, there's a high chance that it's going to be RPO. So it just seemed like they wasn't ready for the RPO early. I know they worked on it, but it just seemed like they wasn't ready for it early. A lot of miscommunication in the passing game, and wasn't able to really get them down in the pocket when they had an opportunity to a couple times in the first half, especially when they was, trying to get the score where it needed to be to where, they can kind of control the game. Not able to get them on the ground. I mean, hell, nobody can really get them on the ground, but Pittsburgh pretty much have the best, odds of getting him on the ground. They just wasn't able to do that. So it was just really grimacing to see the mental breakdowns far as the communication. It just seemed like everybody was not on the same page on the defensive side of the ball. The offense is the offense, but we know that they hang their hat on the defensive side of the ball. And for them to give up 299 yards, we'll round it up to 300 on rushing is just blasphemous to me that a Pittsburgh Steelers and a Mike Tomlin team gave that up. You know what I mean?
The most alarming thing for me was Pittsburgh was in the midst of a 4-game losing streak. Yep. They ended the season losing 4 straight. Mm-hmm. And I was surprised to see such a slow, ugly start on either side of the football field.
How could you really be surprised on a slow start when that's what they really gave us? What I would have done, I would have came out with a different flair as far as there's been a little bit of I know pistol is not their offense, but give them something what they was not expecting, at least in the first 15, to feel the game.
The reason why I was surprised is because Mike Tomlin, when you in a rut and you not really doing well, you get back to the basics. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You might even put the pads back on just to kind of get back dial in. Heck, we done lost 4 straight. So now I was thinking I would see a sense of urgency. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you at the rock bottom right now. Mm. But heck, they came out flat. Once again, playoff football, you can't do that. Mm-mm. And also, too, just how they got pushed around on the defensive side, the line of scrimmage, to your point, no one covered Lamar Jackson in the read option. Nobody.
It was one time Mink had to come literally out of the middle of the field. Like he was supposed to be the post safety.
Just a lack of execution, bro. It's like, that RPO is a staple of their offense. Mm-hmm. Either he gonna hand it or he gonna keep it. Yep. And no one covered the quarterback, and he just kept running, and then eventually Derrick Henry got going. It's almost like the Steelers kind of checked out. Yeah. And then offensively, we ain't got no playmakers. I've been saying that we ain't got no playmakers outside of George Pickens. That's it. If you look at the teams in playoff football, even the teams that won, they got playmakers. Yeah. Right? And if you don't believe me, viewers, let's do it like this. Houston, Joe Mixon is a playmaker. Nico Collins is a playmaker.
And they both made plays.
Washington, Jaden Daniels is a playmaker. Terry McLaurin is a playmaker. They
both made plays.
Philadelphia, Saquon, AJ.
Yeah, receivers didn't show up because they didn't have to. But Saquon for sure. They got playmakers, but Saquon.
They got playmakers. Right. When you look at the Rams, Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, and even though Cooper Kupp ain't getting no targets, he is a playmaker. Who am I missing? You got to have playmakers. No. We have one, and when he's not all the way involved, there's nothing that he's doing for us.
He checked out.
Outside of that, you don't really respect the offense. Think about this, Pat. How many times do you play in the National Football League where you win against offenses, you're like, ain't nobody really out there. I'm really like I respect them, but ain't nobody really I got to really buckle my seatbelt up for.
Well, it's been a couple times, but I know what you're saying.
It's been a couple times,
right?
But those are the matchups that you like. Shoot, we want that. Mm-hmm. So now we've seen what happened. Pittsburgh, they haven't won a playoff game since 2016. It's been a long, long time. It was. See, this is the thing about the Steelers' season. It was a successful season considering what the expectations was for them coming in. Many felt like they would not make the playoffs. Many felt like this would be the first losing season in Mike Tomlin's head coaching career. Clearly, they exceeded those expectations. But one thing we know about sports, especially football, expectations can change when you show you're better than what we thought you were.
Yep.
Right? And then when expectations change for the Steelers, then that's when they changed as well. And they kind of reverted to the team that many people thought they would be throughout the season. And that's why fans are a bit annoyed and, pissed off. But now I ask you this question. The season is over. How do you get better if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Man, I'm getting rid of everybody on the offensive side of the ball, except for my offensive line. I know Smith is they declined his option, so he'll be a free agent. I like Jalen. I think he's a solid back. I think you need to bring in another back, but I'm keeping Jalen Warren for sure. What is this? Pickens, did they pick up his option, or is that?
No, he's not a first rounder, so this would be his fourth year coming up.
Oh yeah, so they don't even have to pick up his option.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep him. We just got to find a way to keep him.
What you gonna do at the quarterback?
Oh, we gotta go get some. We gotta go get a quarterback because I feel like we can't run it back.
Who's available?
I don't know.
Like you.
They say Aaron
so
Rodgers,
I'm gonna give you a list, guys.
Aaron Rodgers is the leading candidate of landing to be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. According to Vegas.
No.
That's what Vegas.
If I'll say this, if we get Aaron Rodgers, we might as well keep Justin Fields. I mean, I'm not Justin Fields, Russell at the starting quarterback, honestly. And the reason why I say that because either one of them, they can't really move in the pocket like they once could do. And that's the issue with Russell. If there's no one open, Russell is either going to throw it away or he's going to get sacked.
But at least
he gives you no play.
But at least Aaron will go through his progressions, though. Like Russell did not. That's one thing he was not.
And I'll say I would rather just try to build around Justin Fields for this upcoming year. Number one, he probably would be cheaper than Aaron or Russell.
He definitely would be cheaper.
Number two, he has a higher ceiling and he can become a playmaker with his legs.
Yeah, we just talked about them dynamic quarterbacks. And if you can really work on, put a package together to where you got him rolling out on the boot to where you have a run pass option, he could be dangerous now. He has a strong arm. He just don't know where the hell the ball going.
And he just got to learn. He got to learn to see the field better.
Right.
But that's coaching. That's coaching. That would be my mindset. Like, listen, Justin, we can get you a 2-year deal, something like that. You know what I mean? You still got to look forward towards the future at the position. But for 2025, you're not bad enough to go draft a quarterback in the draft. And there's only going to be 2 quarterbacks going in the first round. And in free agency, if you're going to bring in Aaron Rodgers and give him the money that he's looking to get, no. I think you go cheaper with Justin. He's younger. He can become a playmaker by improvising with his athleticism and try to build around him. Go get some wide receivers. Go get some guys who can do magic with the football in their hand because that's what we lack. Because the teams we chasing in our division, Baltimore, they got playmakers. Derrick Henry ain't going nowhere. He gonna be there again. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, they ain't going nowhere. And hopefully, if you're a Steelers fan, T. Higgins can go elsewhere. So, because that can be one less dynamic playmaker. So, and even with the Browns, even though their offense ain't really got too much, they always have a serviceable defense.
They're gonna compete. So tell me this: do you think in most organization eyes, would you consider this being almost like a rebuilding season then? Because
this upcoming year?
Yeah, because if you look at it, main people who they have coming back, because I'm sure Cam is going to be up in it. Well, he may end up coming back. I know he just re-signed a deal.
He just signed, yeah.
Yeah, so I know he's probably going to come back. But from my eyes, you only got one solid linebacker on that's going to be under contract. I think Holcomb is going to be up. You got Patrick Queen. You just signed him to a 2-year deal. Mink and Joey. You got the young blood, the young dude.
This will be Joey's 3rd year coming up.
Yeah, you got the young dude, Bishop.
Benny Bishop.
Yeah, Beanie Bishop, and you got Trice. He played a little bit this year, so he's still young.
Beanie should have played more also. I don't know why they just took Beanie out of the lineup. Beanie Bishop.
Cam came and he was available.
But Beanie was playing good football. Like, don't move the man who hot.
I agree.
At least keep him in the mix to some degree.
I agree. Then you got TJ. I don't know what his contract situation is. Then, like I said, on offense, you only really have 2 receivers coming back in Austin. I know you drafted a young kid from what that guy I can't think of his name.
You got Roman Wilson who went to Michigan who didn't play Roman Wilson.
He ain't out there now, but he's going to be young next year. George Pickens, we all know he's just haywire. You just don't know what you're going to get from him. Austin is a smaller receiver. He's more like a deep threat. You don't really see him.
Calvin is more like a number 4.
Exactly. So now you don't have a quarterback, pretty much, because Justin is technically a free agent, right? Justin and So both of them free agents. So you have no quarterback answer. Your running back is gone. Your offensive line is pretty much the best intact position on your team. I think your left tackle is leaving. I think this was more last year, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
So do you consider this a rebuilding season?
No, not for Pittsburgh. Not when you win 19 games.
So then what are the standards then?
So this is what you're going to do. Like I said, we're going to build with Justin. We signed Justin to like a 2-year deal. He doesn't have a lot of leverage because he only played 6 games. We go first round. We got to go get a playmaker, and also 2 via free agency. Maybe the Rams cut Cooper Kupp. Maybe he might be available. But I got to go get you a playmaker in the first round, either wide receiver or something. You got to get somebody who can do magic.
Yeah. My thing with Cooper Kupp is he's going to have to be – Cooper Kupp, to me, he's not a guy that, like you talked about earlier, how many guys that you feel that can really line up and just beat you on a route? Like, I feel like Cooper Kupp –
and that's the thing.
I feel like Cooper Kupp gets a lot of assistance on getting open.
Yeah. So that's the thing. If you put him with George Pickens and you put him with another young stud coming out of the draft, those 2 guys can probably win one-on-ones. Mm-hmm. Right? You need to have that reliable, I need to move the chains.
Yeah.
Because you remember when Smith-Schuster was in Pittsburgh, it wasn't like he was consistently beating one-on-ones, but he knew how to create separation and he knew how to move the chains.
But my thing, what I'm trying to say is he's going to be able to match up with that with Justin Fields, because we already know he have a problem with getting the ball out quick anyway.
They got to do something. What you want? Because who? Debo Samuel.
But I'm saying, is that a perfect matchup? Like, is that something that will be? Like, I get what you're saying about as far as the playmaker, but will Cooper Kupp be able to be Cooper Kupp with Justin Fields when he have?
Well, technically, I ain't expecting for Cooper to be the prime.
At least 50% of it, but still, can he be? Can he be 50% of Cooper Kupp with Justin Fields right now?
No question. And you know why?
Cannot.
Because what?
No, he
know
cannot.
why? Hold on. You know why?
No.
You know why?
Why?
We saw Adam Thielen leave the Minnesota Vikings, go to Carolina with no quarterback play, and still give numbers. And he did numbers again this year.
Those quarterbacks throw the ball better than Justin Fields, and you know that.
Rookie Bryce Young? Not rookie Bryce Young.
Oh, no. This year, Bryce Young.
No.
This year.
And we're talking about the second stint for Bryce Young. Remember, he got benched early in the year.
He also played 16 games the year before. My man played
what I'm saying. So all I'm saying is, for Pittsburgh, you got to find some type of reliable options. In free agency, I don't have the list in front of me, but I do believe Cooper Kupp could be available. Debo Samuel could be available.
Neither one of them.
What, you gonna try to build through the draft?
No, man, you got to go get somebody that can win based on how they're.
Tyreek Hill. Give Miami a second round for Tyreek Hill.
Just like you was there. They need a Plaxico Burress. They already have a Randall in Austin.
I just told you.
Huh?
Give Miami a 2 and a 4 for Tyreek Hill.
No.
What?
No, man. That don't make any sense, man. That don't make any sense, man.
What's this?
What I'm saying is,
Well, give me some options. Help me. I'm throwing out names. Every name I threw out, you say you don't like.
Yeah, I don't. The names I like, far as who I think is going to be free agents, because I don't have the list in front of me either. So I'm just throwing names out there, or like guys that have that body type, or someone who I feel that can be good for him, like a DJ Moore, a guy who can.
He just got a deal. He ain't going.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, he needs one of those type of receivers, because Justin is not going to be able to make play. At least what we've seen, he's not going to be able to make plays with his arm. So therefore, he's going to need. Well, actually, I take that back. I do like Debo, just because what he can do after the catch, get on the ball quick, and really, let him flourish that way. And then when you able to get the defense and the safeties, reacting to short passes, then he's able to complete the ball down the field.
I got the list for you right here. Free agents. I'm gonna give you the top 6: Keenan Allen, DeAndre Hopkins, Amari Cooper, Stephon Diggs, Chris Godwin, T. Higgins.
Chris Godwin,
T. Higgins.
I like, honestly, man. I like D Hop, man.
Man, we got, first and foremost, if we're gonna get Justin Fields in this hypothetical for a nice deal to come back and we're not paying that much money, we got to go see what it look like for T. Higgins, what his price point is.
Yeah, and it's gonna be very expensive, and Pittsburgh's not paying him that, and you know that.
Or to your point, you talked about a DJ Moore type, Chris Godwin. Now he's coming off a season-ending injury to his knee, I think it is, but we just need playmakers, Pat. We just need playmakers.
You need a DJ Moore, Debo Samuels type of guy, like
Brandon Cooks available.
If he was 3-4 years ago, Cordell Patterson.
We just. And ain't really a deep wide receiver class either. So Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, KJ Osborne, Nelson Aguilar, DJ Chark. I
like DJ Chark. DJ Chark can be like that Juju Schuster type of guy.
For Pittsburgh, when you're in a division with Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson, you got to go get some Ferraris.
I get that, Coach, but if you ain't got the damn right gas in the Ferrari, where the hell is gonna go?
We got a bunch of Grand Marquis right now.
That's what I'm saying. So if you ain't going to Chevron and putting that 93 premium in there, you going right there to freaking Sunco and putting the water gas in your car, where the Ferrari gonna go?
So would you like a Tyreek Hill better with a Russell?
Yes, 100%.
Because you say Russell can throw it better.
Yes, Russell can throw it better, and he can deliver the ball down the field. He can complete the ball.
Would you like a Cooper Kupp better with Russell?
Not in the offense. Oh, well, yeah, I do.
So basically, your issue with the names I gave you is solely about who the quarterback would be if it's Justin Fields. You didn't like that match.
Yes, that's what I told you. You wasn't listening.
All right. I was listening, but you kept shooting down every name I threw out.
Just because of how the team is built. Like, I just feel like those names was not going to match up well with Justin Fields of what we've seen from him throwing the football and what we've seen from the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Arthur ain't going nowhere. He's going to be back. So all we've seen all year is run, 4 verts. Am I
lying? No, you're not.
So if you're going to run that offense, we need guys that's going to be able to win after the catch and win 50-50 balls. And the guys that you named, they're not the guys that can do that. So, except for Debo Samuels.
All right. Well, we'll see.
And would he be worth trading for? Because Debo Samuels.
I think they're going to release him.
Oh, well.
I think he's going to be I think they're going to cut him.
Wow.
A release.
Well, I think they're going to release him. So far.
We'll see.
Because this is my first year out. I'm going to be just like you, Coach. I'm going to be knee-deep. I'm going to be Pat Scheffler.
Pat Scheffler, no question. Hey, before we transition to this upcoming week of games, some surprising news coming from Dallas.
That wasn't no damn
They decided to part ways with Mike McCarthy. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Now, the thing about this, leading up to really making the announcement, they didn't talk to any coach.
Right.
Since they parted ways with Mike McCarthy, I think Jerry reached out to Prime Time. I don't know if he reached out to anybody else, but who do you think would be a good next coach for the Cowboys, Pat?
Me? No, I'm messing around with you. Hey man, at the end of the day, but they be giving anybody
Hey,
jobs.
you need a GM or assistant GM.
All I'm saying, just give me a
You gotta
couple
know the
years of
roster.
being a GM or a quality control guy. Maybe I can get an opportunity. But I was joking on that.
Heck, Jeff Saturday got one off the couch.
I
Might
know, I
might as
know,
well.
I know. I was joking though, but because I damn sure don't want to coach. That's just way too much time and too much unnecessary stress on worried about if this guy going to perform for me, if he loved the game as much as I do. Like, I don't know how Coach Tomlin do it. I really don't. Or any coach in general. Because if you love the
They get
game,
paid good money, though. It's
yeah, I
guaranteed.
know you're making good money, but for me, being an actual guy who played the game and want to thrive for a championship, and I feel like most guys are just here just to be here and don't really care about the moment that they're in. Like, I just can't see eye to eye with that. And with me
That's fair.
pouring my all into it, and you're not giving me the same back, I just can't. To me, especially with me taking my time away from my family, missing birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgivings, you name it. And I'm not getting, what I think I should be getting back from you, or you're not taking this as serious as you should if you really want to have a life-changing moment. It's just I don't and plus my kids are still little right now, so I don't have time for that. But anywho, I wasn't surprised to see, because I knew that his contract was over, but it was kind of odd how they kind of ran this whole operation on not having an opportunity to speak to these, coordinators or, coaches that are on other teams for the vacant spot if they knew that they was going to do this. Because most part, we never seen, this, like you've never seen a coach get to the end of his contract and return back.
Nah, they re him up.
No doubt during the season or before the season. So you kind of knew that they was going to probably part ways, but the way that they did it was kind of shocking because they didn't have an opportunity to interview or get the leg up on these other teams, because we all know that Dallas Cowboys is a very, very, prominent job, or a job that, most guys
Allegedly.
Yeah, it's a legendary job. Guys want to have that star on their ball cap and being able to represent America's team, regardless what comes with it, because it's America's job. Like, it's like for you to be, the Dallas Cowboys head coach, that's life changing, regardless how your time there goes. So it was just kind of odd to see how they went about this whole not reing up his contract and getting rid of him and doing that dead period when it was an opportunity for them to speak to other coaches. But also at the same time, this tells me that they must have something. They must really have a coach that they really want, and it may just be Dion. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised, because we all know that Dion lives in the Texas area. He's always there in his bye week. Any chance that he gets, he's back there on his lake fishing and things like that. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him take that job just to be, closer back home. I know that he took on a great challenge, at Colorado, but who knows if it is his dream to be an NFL head coach. And if it is, this may be the perfect opportunity for him to get his feet wet, because I feel like he can always go back to college. And, the college playing field now is just like, the players, it's free game. You know what I mean? So there ain't no real loyalty there, just like it is in business. And with these, I won't say business, just like it is in the NFL, because they're looking at the bottom dollar, like how they're going to, turn around their next dollar, or how they're going to put the best product out there, regardless who is the coach, what coach is going to give us the best opportunity of winning. And that's the same way with, these coaches are thinking of it as well. What platform is going to give me the best opportunity to showcase what I really have to offer? And ain't no doubt about it that Dallas will. I mean, Dion is Dion, but imagine him as a Dallas Cowboys head coach.
No, they're gonna have. They already got every headline, but they gonna have, bruh. They got this.
We're gonna have a show after show. We're gonna have a Coach Prime.
Oh my goodness, bruh. You already got cowboy fatigue now, and they was sad this year.
You think Jerry fly there in the helicopter? I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Prime fly there in the helicopter too.
Man, they would have. Oh my goodness. You know what? As I kind of think about this situation with the Cowboys, actually, Pat P, I don't think they have a plan. They ain't got no plan.
It's very evident that they don't have a plan. I think Jerry is really big.
And the reason why I don't think they have a plan, they ain't have a plan in how they handle CeeDee Lamb. They ain't had a plan in how they handle Dak. Now, both guys did get paid, but just look at how difficult that was and the time that was missed because you took your time in doing what you needed to do, and you didn't have the chemistry that you probably needed to have. Right? And then you look at how they handled this situation with Mike McCarthy. If they actually had a plan, they would have cut ties with Mike McCarthy once the season was over.
Black Friday, right? Well, that's what they call it, right? Black Monday or something like that, right?
Yeah, Black Monday, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
They didn't do it. So then, if they had a plan, remember, they stopped Mike McCarthy from initially interviewing with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
So it was almost like you stopped him because you wanted to retain him.
Yeah.
But you stopped him from interviewing just to let him go 4 days later.
Yeah, that make no sense, man.
Man, listen, they ain't had no plan. They out there just living, man. They living by the fruit of the land.
They are. That's evident.
It's almost like, just living in a house full of kids and be like, what we gonna eat tonight? I don't know. We just have to figure it out.
How many kids you talking though?
It's a bunch of we all in the house like, man, what we gonna eat tonight? I don't know. We just gotta figure it out. Like, when you got your mom and your dad, they gonna give you, well, we gonna have this for dinner.
Right.
You got a bunch of kids now, man. What we gonna eat, man? I don't know. We gonna figure it out.
Especially on the Friday, huh?
Let's just keep playing this video game. When we get hungry, we gonna figure it out. That's the Cowboys. That's the Cowboy. Ain't got no plan. So to your point, who gonna be the next head coach? I don't know.
Nobody knows.
I don't
Jerry
know.
don't know.
Ooh.
I said nobody knows. Jerry don't even know.
They might bring in Doug Peterson. I don't know. Dave Campbell.
Man, I won't be surprised though if they bring in Pete Carroll though. Remember we talked about that. Talked about Pete Carroll earlier. Remember we talked about. I think me and you talked about that. Who will be a guy who can be able to take what Jerry is bringing or giving as an owner, and I think I said Pete Carroll will be the perfect guy.
But whoever they bring in, they have to be okay with Jerry kind of having the say-so over the personnel, the moves. Would Pete Carroll, knowing his resume in this game, be okay with that? Because if I'm a head coach, Pat P, this is how I look at it. You let me know if I'm wrong. All right. I want to know who I'm coaching. Like, I need to make sure they fit what I'm coaching. It's almost like being a chef in the kitchen, but you're not going to go get your own groceries. Somebody else is bringing you what they like, and they telling you to cook your best dish. And you a chef. That's like me telling you, hey, I want you to cook some oxtails, but I'm bringing you what I want in the oxtails. You're like, wait a minute, let me cook because I know what tastes the best. That's how it is when you coaching for Jerry Jones.
Yeah, I know. I feel like Pete can be the guy that can uphold that, in my opinion.
And I don't knock it, but they ain't interview him.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
They ain't got no game. They ain't got no
They
plan.
ain't interview nobody, coach.
They ain't got no plan. What we gonna eat tonight?
They can't interview anybody because everybody who I know who they probably will want, they missed the window.
They gonna figure it out.
They ain't got no choice.
But until then, we'll be patiently waiting. And when the news break, we're gonna talk about it. But before we go, Pat P, we gotta definitely highlight divisional weekend, NFL playoffs. Stay tuned. Coming right back at you. Pat P.
Yes, sir.
Yes. We got picks to go through, lay out, big games to talk about. Let's get to it.
Yeah, hold on.
All right?
Yeah, let me get my paper down. I know you're gonna try to bamboozle me.
We got 2 on
That's the
Saturday,
word.
2 on Sunday. First game, you ready for this?
Hold on. Let me get to a fresh plate. Hey, how your grandma used to do it?
No question.
Yeah, it didn't
No
work.
question.
It didn't work. But go ahead. First game.
First game, Kansas City, Arrowhead, hosting the Houston Texans.
KC.
Houston right now, the line is set at 7,
Yeah, I don't
7.5.
care, man. KC.
I'm going Kansas City too.
Yeah. Next one.
All right. I got Kansas City as well. Pat Mahomes is 15-3 in his career in the playoffs. His 3 losses have come from Tom Brady and Joe Burrow.
Man, you ain't got to explain yourself. You took Kansas City. That's why I wasn't even going to go in the spiel. Everybody going to take Kansas City. That name.
Next game, Washington. The line right now, Washington is getting 10.
Ooh, sugar. How nasty. I like Washington.
That Jaden Daniels is a bad boy.
Yeah, go ahead and take Detroit. Go ahead.
I'm taking Detroit.
I know you are.
I'm taking Detroit.
I'm not saying Detroit is not going to win because I can't give out my.
We're going to spread.
Yeah,
we're going out here.
Yeah, you're going out and win.
I'm going out here. I'm going to get me a parlay today, this week. I'm a winner this week.
Okay.
Next game.
Yep.
The Rams going to Philly. Philly is giving the Rams 6.5.
I like the Rams. Hey, you know me and the Rams, boy. I love me some Rams. Give me the Rams.
It's a bad matchup for the Rams, though. It is.
I know it really is. I know it is. But, man, them young Bulls playing, boy, they healthy. They playing some ball. They playing feisty. Especially that D-line. The boy changing the line of scrimmage. Hey, it's going to come down to the battle of the D-line, in my opinion.
And that O-line from Philly is...
They decent. I mean, not decent. They the best in the game.
I'm going to take the Rams, too. All right. Final game. 6:30 Sunday. Woo-hoo-hoo, yeah. 2 MVPs. MVP number 1, MVP number 2.
Yeah, I know who I'm taking.
Terms of the voting, I know who I'm taking. Baltimore is giving Buffalo a point.
You already know who I'm taking.
I'm taking Baltimore as well.
You already know who I'm taking. Cole, my boy, Jackson.
All right. So we basically we side every way except in Motown.
Yeah, you know we always gonna have one. We always gonna have one separate now.
And you took the Commanders because of LSU.
No, I did not take the Washington Commanders just because of LSU. I took the Washington Commanders because I don't think Detroit is going to be able to beat the Washington Commanders by 10 points. Detroit, I believe, is going to win the game, but I don't think they're going to be able to beat the Washington Commanders by 10 points due to all of the injuries that they had. Jaden Daniels just went up against a defensive guru. We all know what Aaron Glenn has become to be as a defensive coordinator as far as sending these different exotic pressures, dealing with injuries and things like that. But Jaden Daniels is going to come there and ball, just flat out ball. Beware. It's going to be a close game. I like Detroit, but the Washington Commanders are going to cover those 10 points. Mark my word.
I was about to change it. I was about to do something real quick. I'm going to keep it. I was about to change it. I was about to take Washington and change another one of my picks, but I'm going to leave it as such.
Tell me what you want to do, Coach. Let's. I
was going to take Washington and take Philly, but no.
Yeah, do that.
I'm keeping Detroit.
Do that, man. That sounds better to you, man. That sounds much better. You want me to go ahead and erase that now or leave it? Leave it?
I'm taking Detroit. I'm standing on it.
Stand on business then.
Stand on it. We got it. There you have it. Let's see how it works out. Wild card weekend. Went through picks. We're going to see what it do. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Pat P, another outstanding weekend of football to get prepared for. I can't wait. You cooking anything this weekend?
This weekend, am I cooking anything? Not sure yet, but it's a high possibility that I am.
That's a good one. Anytime you gonna be watching some football, Pat, you got to get in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, that's how I've been. That's how I spend majority of my Sundays, though. Honestly, because Sundays is always a family dinner day. I mean, every day
Yeah.
is a family dinner day, but Sundays we literally we cook a nice meal. It's like Sunday dinner is almost like a supper, and almost in better words. You know what I mean? So anytime the game's on, man, I'm a guy that like to prepare my stuff either the night before or either before I cook it. I have my bowls set out with my different things already in it, to where I'm not at the chopping board cutting it and putting it in the. And that's not how I roll. I treat
You're a good time consumer.
No doubt about it. I treat football. I treat cooking almost how I treated myself on preparing myself going into games. Like everything had to be lined up for me, so when I get there, it's just turnkey.
Hey, smart man. That's smart man. Smart man. Well, hey, let us know what you put together, and also too, let's go Detroit.
Yeah, let's go Detroit. I like Detroit too, but not the cover.
Tip point. All right, Pat P. I'm gonna holler at you.
Yeah, money, ain't that funny? I got haters, yeah, they watching, but I know they love me. Money, ain't that funny? I got haters, yeah, they watching, but I know they love me. Riding around the city, plastic cup of C-Rock, bigger and I'm blacker. I am on that Chris Rock.